What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna start a video like that. Imagine if I did videos like that every time. I wonder if people would still watch. But it seems to be the trend these days for most YouTubers. Anyway, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna show you guys everything wrong with my Impreza. So I had an idea for this video because I recent as in a few weeks ago, did something not so great with this car, and it kind of gave me this idea to maybe finally address all the issues with this car that have been going on for a while. Now these are definitely issues that can be fixed, mostly, but try to address them here in the next few months if I can. As some of you guys know, this car isn't my main project anymore. I do have my dream car, the Toyota 86, to work on. So this car kind of just serves as the winter daily slash extra car to use when I need to haul stuff around or go on long trips to uncertain locations where I don't want to, park the 86 or anything. So yeah, I'm gonna use this video as a way to gauge what I need to do to this car and kind of how far it has come from this point forward. Since I'm pretty much done with this car, no more shows, no more really any major mods, but some of these minor things I feel like we can fix and there'll be some good content on the channel. So let's go ahead and get started with everything wrong with my Impreza. Let's go take a look outside, shall we? So I felt like it was perfect to kind of make this video now because this car is absolutely covered in salt. Like I said, this is the winter daily, so the 86 doesn't have to face these awful conditions we have in the winter time here. But yeah, this car is filthy, so figured it's the best time to make this kind of video before all the salt gets washed away. So let's pretend this is a mod overview, but the clapped out edition. I'm going to show everything that's wrong with this car, and instead of highlighting all the good, we're going to highlight all the bad. So let's start off here at this corner of the car. This was a tragedy. So this is the Battle Arrow chassis mount splitter, but unfortunately we hit something here that made me lose my winglet. And of course this corner right here, it's a little thrash. That's when I accidentally hit a curb with the splitter on while trying to park, and that sucked real bad. But yeah, I'm missing a winglet here. Even the holes kind of got sheared off, so if I'm gonna reinstall some winglets, I'm gonna have to drill some new holes. But I do have a new set of winglets to install also, and I have this edge protector as well. So this splitter actually is gonna make its way onto the 86. I did mock it up real quick, and it does seem to fit with the 86 bumper pretty well. So I'm gonna uninstall this from the Impreza and move it onto the 86. So no big deal, but yeah, it definitely looks not the best in this corner here. I kind of got used to it at this point though, because it's kind of been almost a month that it's been like that. So this is the car at ride height. I did end up raising the car a little bit from my ride height because I was kind of getting tired of scraping the splitter everywhere I went. And this is definitely the most practical setup I've ever had. I believe this is taller than when I had the silvers, coilovers. But yeah, there's quite a bit of wheel gap. I might consider that another flaw of this car. But that's kind of the benefits of air ride, is I can kind of go as high as I want and, still be able to drive the car and look cool when you want to park it. So let's call that number one thing wrong, is the splitter. Got a little messed up. Number two, and this is probably the worst fender on this car. Let's take a look at this front fender here. So from right here, you might be able to kind of tell. Let's look at the reflection right there. What do you see that's wrong with that? As we look closely, this thing is clapped. So you guys see that big dent in the center. That is from an unfortunate situation where I was parking the car, I went full lock, hit a bump, and I was pretty low, and the wheel, I guess, hit the fender and dented it in the worst way possible. So these are officially baconed, as I like to call it. Tried to pop this out with no success at all. Now we have this clapped out fender. A while back I also tried to roll this fender some more, and I forgot to clean the inside of the lip. So when the fender roller was going up against the lip guard there, all the rocks and debris kind of imprinted themselves onto the outside. So this fender's kind of been baking for a while. It was baking at Boxerfest, baking at Turner Evo. I mean, it's not really noticeable when the car is clean, but now it's definitely more prominent with this stupid dent in the center. So I'm probably gonna end up having to get a new fender new painted fender or something just to fix this. And of course, it's definitely an eyesore, no doubt. Literally the worst thing that could happen. Apologies for the wind noise also. Trying my best here. Number 3, and this has been a problem for probably the past 6 years of this car, and I'm not sure if people notice or not. I definitely do. Number 3 is the hood gap. So take a look at this side here. That gap there, okay, and look at this right here. Not sure y'all can tell the difference. I can definitely tell, and I know exactly what happened. Pretty much the hood gap, or hood to fender gap, is off on this car. I believe the hood kind of shifted over to the right this way. A couple years ago, before I had rolled fenders, I had a 17x9 plus 35 setup with 255/40 tires, so they were pretty tall. Anyway, I hit a big bump. Fenders flared out on their own, so that kind of got me that. Not just from the fender roller, but also from that incident. And the hood gap has never been the same since. So yeah, I mean, I've kind of gotten over it at this point. You know, it's been so long, but it's definitely still there. It's probably fixable. I mean, I've tried to align the hood again and the fenders as well. I just could never get back that panel gap where I wanted it. So unfortunately, that's kind of what we have to deal with here. Hopefully with the new fenders, I could fix this, but we'll see. See, this side is okay. This side of the car, the fender, pretty nicely rolled, and no real issue over here, but clearly on the other side it is not good. So yeah, that's problem number 3 here, is the panel gap right there. So it's kind of a way for me to show off this car and have nothing to hide, because I really don't. I mean, people have seen this car in real life and probably have seen all these flaws already, but sometimes online is very deceiving. So maybe, I don't know, maybe this could encourage more people to make videos like this, show off all the flaws of their car, and just be straight up honest with everyone out there. But anyway, number 4 of the problems with this car, these side skirts right here. So from here it looks okay, right? But it's really hard to tell. These are misaligned slightly. It's really hard to tell, like I said. Pretty much the front of the side skirt sits a little lower than the back. Now looking at this viewfinder, it's a little hard to tell what I might be talking about. I recently had to fix this corner here because it flew off. Kind of see if I push down the splitter here, it kind of separates from the body. That's because this thing is panel bonded on. I could never get the clips to stay in, so we had to panel bond the skirt on to the car, so it was pretty much permanent, but it seems to have separated it here at this front corner. I think it's because I hit a big bump going somewhere, and it has never been the same since. So that's what that is. The other side is a lot better. As you can see, there's still a bit of a gap there, but I mean, it's not as big of a deal over here compared to back there. And since we're on the side skirt, another issue, go on this side here. Right there, the side skirt splitter is broken. So I did this, I think on the first day I installed these. I just took an angle wrong and snapped off the back there, and it's kind of gotten worse over time. Of course, the side of the skirt looks normal, but yeah, the back there is broken, so that sucks real bad. But these were just cheap eBay side splitters, so it's no big deal. But yeah, it is still there. I think right here is probably the best angle for that. You can kind of see it now. And the tape dangling down there still. Have yet to remove that. Yeah, what number are we on? 4 or 5? I forget. Anyway, the back here, it's hard to tell, of course, because of all the salt, but I have never polished the hatch. I just never bothered, I guess, and definitely in direct sunlight there are a bit of scratches here. It's not as bad because I do hand wash the car, but this has never been buffed before. I put wax on it, but obviously that's not going to protect you from scratches, and can't tell on this from this right now because of the salt. But yeah, the hatch is pretty bad, and it's also a little warped from when I had the Battle Arrow hatch mount wing. Just all the added downforce sort of warped the hatch here, especially at the points where it was mounted by the plate. So that kind of sucks, but at least with dark gray metallic, you can't really tell any of that. But yeah, that's another another con of this whole setup here. So I hope no one takes this video the wrong way. No one told me to make this or anything. I was just kind of bored and decided to, you know, just make this real quick. I think it'd be kind of funny. I'm not trying to call anyone out or do anything. All this work was done by me, so anything that's kind of flawed here is my fault. This feels like a Tommy F yeah video, but I'm roasting my own car. So number 6, I believe. What is wrong with this car? Let me go to the back here. And this was a long time ago, but if I open this door, ignore the mess. Sorry, that's probably another call of this car. I've been hauling stuff for a while and I just never bothered to clean out the back. Anyway, if you look down here, there is a plug in the rocker. So back in the day, around 6 years ago, I was using a scissor jack real quick just to figure out what I was doing. I think I was adjusting the side skirt or swapping the wheels, I forget. But anyway, this is before I knew any better. Actually, I didn't know better, but anyway, it happened anyway. So I was using the scissor jack that came with the car and I put it up a little too high. So you gotta probably guess what happened next. The car collapsed on the jack and put a big dent in the rocker. So on the Impreza, the rocker is the whole part of this quarter panel. It goes all the way down, so it's not really an easily repairable spot. So yeah, there was a big giant dent behind this skirt and my dad helped me kind of pop it out. We drilled a hole in here and try to poke it through. Kind of did the job because now the side skirt covers it up. But either way, that happened and definitely not proud of that one. And since we're on the quarter panel, here is another stupid thing that happened in this car. If I can zoom in. This door ding slash I don't know what. So I remember when this happened. This is when I parked in a crowded lot and not too much room on the side, and someone definitely nicked my door right there. And of course you can't pop this out because it's already embedded into the body. The paint's screwed, the clear coat's gone. It is a straight up terrible dent, and that's been there for the longest time and I just could never get rid of it. So yeah, that's one of the dents there. There's actually another one I can remember right here on the hood. I still, to this day, have no clue how this happened, but the car had around 600 miles on it. We were driving up to Canada, and either a rock hit it or someone threw a rock at it, but it made this crater in the hood. And again, PDR can't fix this either, which kind of sucks, because that's been on the car for the longest time at this point. While we're on the hood, I believe we're on number 8 now, or number 7, I don't forget. Doesn't matter anymore. This mark right here. This is entirely my fault. This was some tree sap or bird poop or whatever. It was caked on there for the longest time and I didn't do anything about it. This was before I really took care of the paint, and that's kind of embedded there also. Yeah, it's been there. There's also one on the roof as well. It's hard to see, there's so much reflection, but that white mark in the center there, that is also another point where I didn't clean it off when it happened and let it sit for too long. So that's what happens, guys. If you don't clean off the bird poop or tree sap that's on your car, you let it sit there for too long, that is what's gonna happen. It's gonna stay there permanently and your paint's gonna look terrible in the next few years. Number 9, so I have this carbon fiber trim, right, from OLM, super nice. Come over here, we were missing a piece there. So this piece here on this window, it kind of fell off when I was washing the car and I just never put it back on and it just kind of flew off forever. So it's missing a piece there. And of course you can't just buy this piece on its own, you have to buy the whole kit. So at this point, I don't care anymore and you can't really notice it anyway. Number 10, and this is also a problem on the car that's been there since the start. Just look right here, guys. So see the door and see the fender? Just look at that gap. Oh my gosh, like that's pretty bad. Especially considering what this car looks like stock. There's no giant gap like that. That's also from when I hit that big bump and the fenders flared out. And now we got this kind of fake wide body fender thing going on here. So hopefully when I get the new fender, I can fix all that and it'll look a lot better. I'm thinking of just getting both fenders just so we can fix this on both sides. Call it a day, but we'll see what happens. But you know, despite all of that, you know, and might not even seem like a big deal, I love this car. You know, I've done so much to this car. This car has been with me through so many things. I've learned so much on this car and I'm forever grateful for what it is. It's just not perfect and that's okay. You know, honestly, I'm not here to impress. I'm here to just do this for fun, and if people happen to enjoy, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah, so another thing is the bumper gap here. This has been an on and off thing. I think it's from me hitting the splitter so much that it kind of hits the bumper along with it, and this bumper gap gets worse every time. I do have the quick latches, but yeah, that's fixable, but it's just I've just left it there for the longest time because, you know, stance life. So there's definitely still a couple things I didn't mention on this car that are, you know, a little imperfect, and that's okay, you know. I've shared enough, right? I'm not trying to hide anything, I swear. Anyway, I'm gonna get some cinematics of the car now. Kind of funny because all the salt's on there, but yeah, this car, I still think it looks pretty good, you know, when it's all cleaned up. So yeah, cinematic time. So I hope you found this video somewhat entertaining. Again, no one told me to make this video. I just decided it would be kind of fun to show off the car in a different way. You know, it's whatever. I mean, this car isn't a show car anymore, so there's no point of trying to make it seem like it is, because it's not, and it never really was. I just kind of, you know, entered shows for fun because it was fun. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Gonna have some more 8.6 content here soon. I did order a Tomei unequal length header, and I have the OFT tablet as well, so that's on the way. Can't wait to put those headers on. I miss the rumble so much. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to follow me on Instagram at wo.kgfx. Check out Katana Style. Katana Style is closed right now, but I am still working on a new release here soon, so stay tuned on the Instagram at katana.style. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.